welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to create this look to attend a wedding or any other sort of traditional function. Just something, you know, okay, I'm not going to say it's something simple, it obviously isn't, and some of the techniques might be a little bit complicated as well because I've you know, kind of done quite a lot here, but I also created this super easy bun that you can do for yourself. You know, so a lot of us do struggle with this, you know, a lot of us, I think a lot of my friends like to, you know, pay and get hair and makeup done, but not everybody has the luxury, not everybody is able to, so that's why I created this video for you guys so that you can, you know, just take some kind of inspiration from this and try and attempt to recreate something so simple that you can just basically, you know, do whenever you need to. I've prepped my skin, so what I usually like to start off with is my Too Faced foundation, which I absolutely love for special occasions. I'm using an oval 6 brush from MAC. What I like about this brush is it really hides my pores because it's just swiping the product down. Continuing with another Too Faced product, another Born This Way, but this one is the concealer. And this I'm just going to use under the eyes. If you need a color corrector, go for it. I don't need to. I'm now using Beauty Blender just to sort of blend the concealer into the skin. Next up, I'm going to use another Born This Way concealer. However, if you've noticed, it's like super bright. And I'm just going to create this little line down the bridge of my nose. And the only reason I do this is because I think when it comes to contouring, I really like my nose to look a little bit sharp. So that's why I put so much emphasis into, you know, purchasing a completely different product just to do this one thing. So please don't feel like this is a necessity. Like, I'm sure there are products that you have probably at home that would just do the same job. So I'm just going to leave it like this. I know it looks weird. Don't worry about it because we're going to go on to contouring anyway, so then this little situation is going to get fixed. Right, so my contour product is a Bobbi Brown foundation stick. Right, so I'm just contouring the sides of my face. And then I really like my jawline to pop. And since this pandemic, I've been putting on weight because I've just been eating non-stop. So I'm just trying to hide my double chin here. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an oval 3 brush and just like really lightly, I'm going to get any excess off on a tissue paper. So I'm using this oval 3 brush and I'm just going to create these 2 lines. Okay, you can see this, right? Like on either side. See, my nose is wonky anyway, always has been. And it's funny because especially when I talk, it goes in a different direction. Like, it's like my mouth goes this way and my nose goes that way. But, you know, the good thing is when you're posting pictures, it all looks symmetrical. Right, and then now I'm going to get a brush and just blend out the creamy product. I've just blended it out. Don't worry about the product details, guys. I am going to mention every single shade, color, brush in my description box, okay? This is the Flora Mercier translucent powder. I'm just gonna get a little bit on the lid of the product, and I like this sort of fluffy brush, a small brush, just so that I have control and I can really get into, like, you know, the lower lash line. I can get around the nose really well. If you have like a bigger brush, obviously it's a lot harder to do that. Taking my Tom Ford, I love this sheer duo color. I'm just gonna stick to peach today. I'm gonna smile and just apply a little bit of the peach. Just a tad, just to give it a little bit of that, you know, color in my face, a little bit of that blush, so it just looks nice and healthy. Yes, so I like to highlight, especially if it's like, again, a special occasion. So I'm gonna take a really fluffy brush again that I used to for my translucent powder. So I'm taking this MAC highlight powder called Silver Dusk, and I'm just going to carefully grab some of the product, okay, and then just go above Ooh, you know this is stunning, right? So I'm going to use this Nars one. So that's been a favorite of mine at the moment. It's a brow perfector. Just take any disposable brush that you have. I do reuse it before anybody attacks me for wasting a lot of stuff. Like I keep reusing it because it's obviously personal use. So I just literally comb out my brows and just like sort of set it in place. And then looking at it, I'm just like, where do I want to fill in? So I'm just gonna, I always like to start from my arch. Okay. And then just sort of fill it in. So can you see, it's not like a huge difference between the two brows. It's just that it's just defined a little bit. I'm gonna go back to my, you know, Born This Way. I'm gonna make a few dots, because the great thing with this is it's super, super, super long lasting. So I'm gonna actually use this as a primer and just blend it. The eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use is this Nars limited edition. It's called Afterglow. It's from their Afterglow series. And I like the colors because they're like really, really pretty. So I'm just going to use this small brush. And I'm basically going to go with this really nice light color here. So I'm just going to focus on my inner corner. Don't worry, I know this looks a bit scary. But once I'm done with the rest of the makeup, the eye makeup, it's gonna tie in and blend in quite well. I actually really, really, really like this color over here. So I'm gonna use my finger. And I'm just gonna apply it on the middle of my lid. It's gorgeous, isn't it? I'm gonna get a very small brush again. And I'm gonna go with my dark brown over here, generous amount. And I'm just going to do the outer corner of my eyelid. And I don't care about the mess that I'm making at the moment because I'm going to blend it all out at the end. I'm going to get a blending brush and I'm just going to tidy. So can you see the difference between this eye and that eye? So that looks really patchy. And this looks a little bit more blended. A very sort of flat, small brush, and I'm just gonna get back into my dark brown. And I'm just gonna define it a little bit by going underneath my lash line. And just give it a little bit more of a definition. Yes, can you see? I like to work between two eyeliners. So I've got the PAC McGrath and I've got the Kat Von D. I like the brush of the Kat Von D a lot more. Well, it's a pen. And but I like the intensity of this black, so I kind of like to work with both. I'm not going to create a high flick. I'm just going to create a low flick. Okay, so I think this is quite nice. Right, so now that I've created my flick, I'm just going to go back to my, not go back, but take my PAC McGrath, and I'm just filling it all in now. Okay. And this takes practice, guys. I've been doing eyeliner from the age of 14, I think. 14 or 15, and hence why I'm a bit of an expert at it. I'm going to curl my lashes. I love, love, love my Shu UemuraEyelash Curler. It's literally my favorite. Before I use my mascara, I like to prep my lashes. So the lashes I'm going to use today is from my collab with Vesper. So these are Colombo. And like I love these for like a more glam look, especially if you're going to be wearing it with a sari. I think this is such a good look. Prep my lashes, and the way that I do with my favorite glue, which is Duo Glue. I have tried other brands, guys, and I personally don't like them. I always go back to Duo Glue. It's personal preference. So I'm just going to get some glue and just sort of line my lashes. While that's drying, and I'm going to take about 20 to 30 seconds maybe, is I'm using my BADgal Bang from Benefit. It's my favorite mascara now. and just do my lashes. It's more like prepping the lashes, because some of you might wonder, like, why are you curling and doing all this effort with the mascara, but then you're just gonna hide it all with the lashes? It preps. What it does is the wet lashes kind of hold on to you know, the false lashes, and also curling it will ensure that if you have straight lashes, for example, that your straight lashes don't stick here and then you've got the false lashes up there. You know, it's gonna look stupid, right? So look how amazing this mascara is. Just on its own. It's so pretty just on its own. Please, please, please never forget your lower lashes, okay? What that does, it's gonna really open up your eye. Now look at the difference between this eye and that eye. Don't you think this looks a lot rounder than that eye? My eye open, you know, and just like sort of lift it and then just lock it into place. I didn't do anything. This was like super quick, and that's only because if you get your techniques right and you do everything and prep it so well, like look, it's done. It's like that easy. So I'm doing the same thing here. I'm just gonna lock it into place. So I'm just gonna let the glue dry naturally, and I'm gonna just move on to my lip color. I'm gonna use this PAC McGrath, one of the minis, Elson lipstick. Okay, so it's like a dark red, a dark and if you've noticed, quite a warm red. It's not, I don't find it very bluish. I like to always, can you see, like this is my natural Cupid's bow, and I just like to go over it just to kind of balance out both my lips, and my upper lip and my lower lip, but also I like fuller lips. Actually go back to your eyeliner and just tidy around the lash line, okay, and basically cover some of that glue. Now, what most people tend to do is they spend so much time on makeup and then they're just like, oh, what do I do with the hair now? And you're obviously in a rush. I'm gonna show you a super quick, simple bun that you can just dress up with some jasmine flowers, and it's just like, ta-da, you know, it works. First of all, when you do pick your jasmine flowers, make sure that when they do tie the jasmine that it's like super close and there's like no gaps and stuff. Also what you need, black grips, ideally quite good quality ones and strong ones, and you also need these wavy U-pins, okay? Hairband, and then one of these. I actually forgot what they're called, but you know, they're super cheap, you can get them anyway. So this is literally all you need. And then make sure your hair is like fairly clean and tidy and washed, and you know, you can have it straightened or wavy or whatever, but you just don't want like those funny little, you know, curly bits that you sometimes get over here, especially after you've showered. So maybe tidy all of that up with a straightener and just like get your hair to look fairly neat. Like literally half of your hair, and create this half up, half down. If you have really thick hair, obviously don't get exactly half of the hair because your pins won't go through. So what you're gonna do is just like take a little bit, and then don't pin too high, pin it quite low, so it's almost like, you know, maybe close to your ear sort of thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna get quite a few of these black grips and just pin it randomly. Make sure it's looking clean and it's around the same. I don't want like random pins going in different directions. And I know you guys want to see what it looks like at the back. I can't even see what it looks like at the back, okay? I don't have a mirror behind me. I'm just doing this freestyle because I really want you guys to be able to recreate this without relying on a mirror or somebody standing behind you. The whole point of this hairstyle is that you do it quickly before a function, okay? That's the whole point. So once I've done it and I feel like it's all nice and secure, I'm just gonna make sure all of this is looking a little bit soft, not too tight. Like, can you see? It's not like, you know, like it's like, you know, it's quite nice and soft and stuff. And I'm just gonna grab a few bits here and there. If you don't have layers, don't do this. Obviously, like I have a few short layers, which is why I can get away with it. Right, so the rest of that hair, what you're gonna do is you're gonna create a low ponytail. Make sure your ponytail is at a comfortable spot. What I'm gonna do is I'm literally gonna twist that hair and just basically create this bun, okay, and just tuck it all in. Obviously your hair's not gonna stay like this, so this is why I like this hairband, and I'm just gonna go over that entire bun, you know, and kind of hide it underneath my hair or underneath my bun. Yeah, so you can't really see that rubber. And then you're gonna get all these U-pins and then just randomly secure it into your hair. So you're kind of taking the pin, you're taking some of your hair and you're just basically locking it, gripping it, and just kind of hooking it. That's what you're doing. I don't know if I'm explaining this really well. So I think this is looking fairly okay. I hope so. I mean, only you guys can see it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna get this jasmine flower, and I'm just basically gonna double it, and I'm just gonna go underneath and just like sort of pin it, and I'm just gonna go around and round and round, okay? And you see they're not cut, it's just like one whole long bit. So I'm just gonna start with the two because it's easier for me to control. Get my wavy U-pins and just basically start pinning into your bun and into your hair, okay? So you need to lock the thread. You need to just like secure this, right? So this seems fairly secure. So what I'm gonna do now is keep basically go. What the hell? Okay, I'm just going and securing it everywhere and every step. Make sure, don't just rely on that one pin. It will look great initially, but then when you're moving around, you're running around, people are grabbing you and hugging you, it's like they are gonna come off, and yeah, then you have nobody to blame but yourself. Do not be like, oh, nan Vithya video paate. I'm starting to cover the bun quite well. What I don't want is I don't want to go quite high here, so I'm just going to basically create that zigzag thing and just give myself a lot more flowers so I can see it at the front, if that makes sense. Half, like I'm just going to stop right here and I'm just going to pin, secure it, okay, and I'm just going to go back down again. So do you know what I'm doing with the zigzag so that I can see it at the front? Okay. Don't you think that was easy? I hope it was. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, you know, share, leave feedback, and, you know, subscribe if you haven't. But until next time, guys.